I'm Hannah Halley, and today on Icons of Influence, we're exploring a figure who's nothing if not controversial, and whose influence has morphed many times over. Russell Brand has been comedian, actor, writer, podcaster, activist, spiritual voice, and provocateur. His trajectory is wild, messy, and instructive. Let's walk it together. Russell Edward Brand was born June 4th, 1975 in Essex, England. Early life for him was complicated, family challenges, addiction and identity struggles. Comedy became his outlet, a way to process pain and provoke laughter. He built stage skills, toured stand-up circuits, carved a public persona that mixes swagger, intellect, provocation. He gained visibility on British TV and radio, hosting shows, doing documentaries like Rebrand, which blended comedy and critique of social norms. He became a familiar voice, challenging taboos. From there, he transitioned into film with roles in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Get Him to the Greek, and Arthur, and gained international recognition. Yet fame was never enough. Over time, Brand used his platform to speak on politics, spirituality, and institutional power. He launched the Truths web series, commentary on media, conspiracies, control, and narratives. He became a voice often opposed to the mainstream, critiquing systems, elites, and psychologies of power. Brand's influence today rests heavily on media he controls. His production company, Vanity Projects, and later Branded Films, gives him leverage in content creation. His company posted a profit of £5 million in one recent year, showing even in turbulent times the business side of his media is still solid. He retains direct connection with audience through his YouTube channels, podcasts, and subscription models. The Guardian reports that his current online media empire is far smaller than at his peak fame, but still profitable, largely because he reaches loyal followers directly. The economics are interesting. In recent years, many of his videos and content generate revenue through platform ad sharing, paying audience models like Awakened Wonders membership, and independent monetisation rather than big brand deals. He's also diversified across formats: long-form video, commentary, podcasting, subscriptions, social media, even spiritual meditation content. He retains ownership over many of his platforms rather than relying entirely on third parties. On the social enterprise front, Brand funded the True Era Cafe in East London, using profits from his book Revolution. The cafe was designed partly as a gathering place, partly as a symbol of grassroots empowerment. He also donated profits from Revolution to that cafe project, aiming to bring economic opportunity, community, and empowerment back into neighbourhoods. All this shows a shift. His influence is now less about mass media platform deals and more about owning niche platforms, connecting deeply with an audience, integrating content, ideology, and monetisation in a unified way. Russell Brand's path is tangled with controversy. In 2023, Channel 4 and the Sunday Times published sexual misconduct and assault allegations. Brand has denied criminal wrongdoing, calling relationships consensual, but the public fallout has been significant. His content has frequently leaned into conspiracy themes, with critiques of the elite, vaccine skepticism, narratives of power, and meta-narratives of control. Wired describes how Brand's current output uses emotional, provocative content to maintain engagement and audience loyalty. The tension and balance of tension here is real. How far do you push critique before credibility fractures? As an influencer, the lines blur. One misstep or one accusation can shift public perception. Brand's strategy is to remain at the edges, where controversy and attention coincide. This kind of influence is volatile. It depends on narrative control, audience loyalty, and platform stability. If platforms demonetize or censor, the model is threatened. Wired notes how Brand's pivot to alternative platforms like Rumble reflects that risk. He also faces legal and contractual pushback. For example, in recent years, he's been sued for failing to deliver on book contracts, which arose in part due to disruptions after allegations surfaced. Yet through all of it, Brand maintains a core set of values. He still speaks to disaffection, to people who feel alienated by institutions. He frames himself as a dissenter, the outsider giving voice to suppressed dissent. That positioning gives him power and risk. From Russell Brand's journey, we can derive lessons, both positive, cautionary, and provocative. First, owning your platforms matters. Brand didn't just rely on TV, radio, or studios. He built digital infrastructure, content streams he controls. That gives resilience when traditional media shifts. Second, deep connection with niche audiences can sustain influence even when mainstream visibility fades. Brand's audience is loyal. He monetizes direct relationships. You don't need mass, you need meaning. Third, integrating belief, content, monetization is powerful but dangerous. When your voice is your product, your ideas are your brand, you blur lines between opinion, commerce, responsibility. That demands accountability, thoughtfulness, integrity. Fourth, controversy can fuel attention, but it can also erode trust. Using provocation as a tool is a double-edged sword. It can draw followers, but alienate others and make alliances brittle. Fifth, pivoting is possible. Brand has reinvented himself, from comedic celebrity to spiritual influencer, social critic, digital provocateur. Reinvention keeps relevance alive. Finally, influence without accountability is fragile. Brand's story shows how the power of narrative can carry someone, but only if there's a foundation. Credibility, trust, integrity, responsibility has to sit underneath. Russell Brand is a difficult figure to sum up. He's brilliant and broken, provocative and divisive. His influence is raw, unstable, compelling. He teaches us that influence isn't static. It's built, lost, reclaimed. That owning voice is powerful, but must be balanced with integrity. That narrative momentum is a tool, but moral responsibility matters. If this episode shifted how you see content, platform, controversy, or influence itself, subscribe, rate, share with someone willing to question. I'm Hannah Halley, and this was Icons of Influence. Until next time, speak clearly, influence wisely, and carry conscience.